today I'm going to show you how to make a chatbot using only HTML, CSS and JavaScript on an Android phone. You can also make this on a PC, but today I'm going to show you on an Android phone. So in this video, you are going to learn how to make a chatbot and also how to get text response from ChatGPT API directly into your chatbot. So let's get started. First of all, you need to open your HTML IDE. In the IDE, I have created a simple HTML web page. So, first of all, in a chatbot, we need an input box. So, we are going to make one input box. For this, we will write input and we will put a placeholder naming chat here. Now that our input box is done, we need to style our input box in its place. So we'll give a class to our input box. It will says INP. So in the style, we will go and style this input box. First of all, I will add its position and I will make the position as fixed. Then I will make the spacing of top into about 90%. And then at left, it will be about 20%. Then I will give the height of the input box as 2 rem. And instead of left and I will give the left as 0. Then some border radius for the input box like about 30 pixels, and then our input box is finished. You can see here our input box is right here. I would just add the width for our input box. It will be, for instance, I will keep as 100%. Now our input box extends all over here and we can type anything. So when a user types, we need to get the response from it. So we are going to make a JavaScript to do so. And I will make a new file named script.js. And I will save it in the folder that I already have. And then in the script.js, I need to get a response from the input box. So in the input box, I will make an attribute of onKeyUp. On keyUp, it will run a function check in which we will check what key is pressed. And for this, we will require an attribute of event. And then I will also send this as a value because we also require input box later on this video. So now that is done, we will head to that JavaScript file. In this, I will make a function named check, in which we have given an event attribute and an other attribute named text for this attribute. Okay. Then I will close this function and add in the values. Now we need to check if the enter key is pressed to run our function. So we will add an if clause where if event e.key is equivalent to enter, then this function will be run. So after this function, we will add another function named send, which will send the text. So in this send, we will add txt.value, which will resemble the value entered in the input box. So after this, I need to also empty the input box after the message is sent. So I will empty the input box by naming txt.value is equals to an empty space. So that's all to check the input box. Now we have made a send function, but you may wonder where it is. So we are going to make an send function too. So we will make a function named send, which will have an attribute of text, which will be the text I send here. So in this function, we will need a div, which will contain all the messages that we will send. So I will make a div named main. So I will make a div and put an ID main. So this div will contain all the messages that will be received and sent. So we need to style this div. We will make a style for this div hashtag main, and in this we will put width as 100% and height as 100% to ensure that nothing wrong happens to the dimensions. And then we will make display as flex. And that's it. We have done with our main div. So in the send function, when we will receive the input text entered in the input box, we would need to send it into the main div. So we would write document dot get element by id main, which will receive the div of main that we have created here, and then dot inner html, which will add the new code into that div plus or equals to. We need to add the code, not to change it. So we will add plus or equal to, and then we would add a symbol and make our new code. This code will be the place where the message will be sent. So in this div class equals to message you, like it's the message we have sent, right? So it is the class for this. I have not created a class named this, but I will create later on. And class, and we will close the arrow mark and we will make an abbreviation to add our variable named text in it, because we are containing the text inside this div, which will be added upon to the main div here. So now I just need to close the div. So our send function is also done. And now after this, I would need to add another function named get message and message. Get message and the text inside it. Okay. This text will be sent to the get message. You may be wondering what this get message means, but we will discuss about it later. Now we need to make this class MCU. So we will add a class named dot MCU and we will style it. So we would need the position to be absolutely where it is. So we would write position as absolute and left as 0. Left as auto and right as 0. So this will be aligned on this side of the page, like this side. This side of the page, this message will be aligned. Now we will need to add a minimum width of about 3 rem and a maximum width of about 60% and a minimum height of about 1 rem and a maximum height will be auto because we don't know how much long the message will be. So this is all the code, and we will also add, for instance, a border radius as 30px, 30 pixels and 0 because we want a blank space here, and the border will be solid black and 1px. So we have made this message. So let's see how it will look in the actual page. So we will just create a div and add the class as message u and then add some text in it. So let's see how it will look. So this is how it will look. Like this will come in the right side of the page. Now we have made some mistakes, so here will be 30px and this will be 0. Okay, and we would also need to add a padding of like about 0.7 rem, and that is all with the div class message u. Now we need to get, now all our send function is done. So let's check it out. We will save this, and when I enter some text and send it. Okay, now this function is not yet set, so we will just cancel it, and yeah, we will now, for instance, check how this will run. So I will input something here, and press enter, and as you can see, it will come right here. So I made a few mistakes, and in the class MSGU, you need to remove the position as absolute because it will make sure it will not make the messages step by step. So you need to add margin left as auto, and margin right anything you want. Like for instance, I will add just margin right as 0.2 rem. Now you can see that here is a text. Now I will add another text, so it will come right below it, like this. So now our send message is done. Now we will learn how to make ChatGPT answer your questions. Now to get chat responses from ChatGPT, you need to visit to the openai.com. If you haven't created an account yet, you need to create an account. Then you need to go for platform.openai.com/account/API keys. So when you visit the site, you will be taken to this interface. So here you will be provided with a secret key. I've already created a secret key. You can click on this button to create a secret key and get the secret key and copy it and then paste in the place where I say next. Once you have your API key, you need to come and paste it in this code. I will provide this code in the link below in the description. So once you have this code, you need to come and in the place of the API key, you need to paste your API key. And now I'm not going to paste the API key for security reasons, but you can do so by copying this code, which will be in the description box. So let's take a quick review of what this code is. So this is a code from which you can receive the text response for the text you will send to the ChatGPT. So we will take the API key, which will be linked to your account, and then an API URL, which will help us send the text to the ChatGPT. Now in the request option, we will along with the API key, we will send the text response, which is the prompt, and we will send it to the ChatGPT. In return, it will give a in return, we will fetch the response of the ChatGPT, and then in the variable AI response, we will paste that response and select the first choice that the ChatGPT sends. And then to ensure that the delay is overcome, I have made a set timeout function for 1.5 seconds in which the response will receive and replace the white space. The ChatGPT usually tends to send white space in the text. I don't know why, but to overcome the problem, we need to replace that white space with nothing. And then we will run a sendBot function, which will finally send the message to the chatbot. Now that we understand this code, we will copy it, and in our code we will paste it just about the send function. So now after this send function, we will call out the function get answer and then paste the text for which we need to get the answer. So we will paste this variable text here. So after this, it will go to the ChatGPT function and we will receive, and it will run a sendBot function, which will finally send the answer. So we need to make the final sendBot function. So create a function sendBot and add an variable like response res, and then we will close the function. Then we will call our document.getElementById main, which is the main div in which we will place the messages, main dot inner html plus or equals to, and we will add symbol, and then we will make a div. And in this class we will not make msgu but msgbot. We need to add another function, class function, and then close the div. And we need to add a variable res, which is the response we get from the bot. And then we will close the div. And that's it. Everything is finished. Now the only task that is left is to create the class msgbot. So the function msgbot is very similar to the function msgu, but in the msgbot we need to align the message to the left side of the body. So in the class msgbot we will just copy this, because most of the thing is same. So copy this, paste it here, but instead of margin left will be 2 rem and margin right will be auto. Sorry, it's 0.2 rem. And then min width, max width, everything is same. So here we don't need the border radius down there, but we need at the last. So we will write that px and 0, and everything will stay the same. So there you have it. We have already completed our chatbot. It is that simple. So now I replaced the API key with my actual API key, and so this is unwanted, so we will remove this. So now let's check how the chatbot turned out. So now we will run this function. So I will type hi, how are you? Yeah, and send it. So now wait for the chat's reply. See, our ChatGPT has sent a chat, and like, I'm fine, thanks, I will send. Yeah, see, it is that simple. We have already implemented the ChatGPT into our function with just this much code. And so that's it for the video. Thanks for watching.